Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to this week's Weekly Insights and Guidance. And if you are new to the channel, Weekly Insights and Guidance are simple 4 actionable steps that you can apply in real time that allows you to attune to the energies that are surrounding you, as well as your own unique universe. Our 4 actionable steps comes from the Trust Your Vibes Oracle deck by Sonia Choquette, which is perfect for personal practice, divinatory use, journal prompts, as well as if you are a professional practitioner. So today is the end of 1 month and we are transitioning tomorrow into a new month. So excitement, happy Cancer season. This Tuesday is the total new moon solar eclipse. I think I said that right. The new moon total solar eclipse. But whatever it is, it's an eclipse on Tuesday. So it is an interesting time for planetary energy that's happening. Then we have planets that are either in retrograde or transitioning into retrograde. Everybody's all up in arms about Mercury retrograde. Don't be. Just check how you talk to people, and plan ahead and move intuitively. Tips. But other than that, outside of that, I do feel like it is an auspicious time. There's so many transitions and ascensions that are happening. So just be mindful of your own environment and your own atmosphere and patterns that are either cycling out or cycling in, reflections of yourself and other people. Be aware of any lessons that are occurring because we are still in Saturn mode. I think we're in Saturn for another 3-4 years. So, and if you're an astrologer, you can correct me, it's fine. But we are under Saturn and Pluto's influence, so it's going to be a lot of lessons and blessings if you catch the lesson. So, there's that. I have pre-shuffled the cards, so let's get right to it. Our first actionable step for this week is sound check. And of course, if you viewed last week's Insights and Guidance, sound check sounds familiar to you because I pulled that card last week. So, mic check 1 2 1 2. When I talked about this card last week, I'm dehydrated and my throat was dry. When I talked about this card last week, I specifically drew attention to our voice box, right? Because we don't pay attention to the sounds of our voice. Other people pay attention to the sound of our voice because they are on the receiving end. But we need to pay attention to the sound of our voice because if we are talking about being in alignment in mind, body, and spirit, our voice box is part of our body, right? Because it is a physical organ in our body. And that sound, that vibration, the vibration of a voice travels up, travels out, and it travels up, right? So it travels up to our brain and it affects our brain waves, right? And then that signal, that frequency from our brain waves affects our spirit. So this week, pay attention to the words that you speak, the inflections in your voice, the highs and lows, how energetic your voice is when you speak about your current circumstances, your current environment, or just on yourself, right? And match that with what you consume via music, what you consume via television, what you consume via social media, the type of people that you hang around, that you associate with, the type of conversations that you entertain, and see where there are connections and disconnections. And if you are one of those people that has a cynical disposition, that can be a bit melancholy, or that is going through your own form of depressive state, check to see if you indulge in other outside entities that match the same frequency that you are emitting, or if you are trying to shift the frequency and vibrate a little higher and magnetize more positive, more upbeat, more uplifting information, sounds, conversations, and the like. So, step 1 in this week's insights. Yes, step 1 in this week's Insights and Guidance. Because I do a daily message too. Sound check. Step 2 in this week's Insights and Guidance. It is, I'm just dropping stuff and it fell all the way over there. It is a team effort. So knowing that you are not alone in this world is so, so important. When you look at the card, you have the figure that's standing right here in the middle, and then you have all of the people that are surrounding him or her with plugs. So that means that when you allow yourself to be the plug, you should then open yourself up to plug into others. And that's so important with the sound check, right? Because what are you plugging into? What outlets are you allowing yourself to gain energy from? What are you charging your battery with? Because when you plug into somebody, that is a charge, that is an energy exchange. So what are you allowing yourself to plug into? And if you are letting people plug into you, are you allowing yourself to be recharged or fulfilled? Are you just plugging into people? Are you just being the plug because your ego likes to be needed and wanted? Or are you being the plug because you see that there is an opportunity for reciprocity? So as you are plugging into someone else, they are plugging into you, and you are giving an energy exchange. So knowing that it is a team effort is knowing that you are not, that things are not one-sided, that there is duality there, that there is a cycle of, again, reciprocity that's happening. So step 2 in this week's insights and guidance is it's a team effort. Step 3 in this week's insights and guidance is mentors and role models, and you'll recognize this because I believe I pulled this card last week. So mentors and role models, understanding that it is a team effort, and that as you are the plug and allowing people to plug into you, you can then take your outlets and plug into other people. And that is how you attract the mentors and the role models that you need to be the guides, so that you, as you are elevating and ascending into the different nuances and phases in your life, those people can be your guides. We all need a guide. We all need a teacher. We know what we know, but there are people who know more than us. And when we allow ourselves to be open to mentors and role models, we can then gain the knowledge and just the support that we need to move into our next phase. And I believe that's so important. And in order for us to do that, right, if we're understanding that it is a team effort and we are allowing ourselves to be the beacon of light to attract those spirit guides, mentors, role models, angels that are in human form that are going to come to us and assist us, then that means that we are allowing ourselves to plug in and vibrate and be a beacon of light to magnetize ourselves to those people who are going to be our maps along the way. Now I gotta go find the other card. So step 3 in this week's insights and guidance is mentors and role models. Step 4 in this week's insights and guidance, give me a second. Back. Clear the path. Clear the past. Clear the past. So why is it important to clear the past? Because a lot of us are having issues moving forward because we're still holding on to old shit that just no longer applies to who we are. Or we are allowing people to reapply old shit to us that doesn't belong. Which is why this sound check piece is so important, because what are you allowing people to say around you? How are you allowing people to speak upon you? How are you allowing yourself to be spoken upon? What are you saying to yourself? So by clearing the past, by breaking the chains that are binding you to old shit that does not allow you to progress forward or make room for the new, when you clear the past, you clear the path. Which is probably why I want to keep saying path. When you clear the past, you clear the path. When you reconcile and accept that those things occurred, those things happen, and it doesn't affect where you are now, it has shaped and molded you into the person that you are now. It has maybe given you lessons and opened or unlocked other aspects of yourself that may have been suppressed had you not gone through what you did, but now it's no longer relevant. It's the past. It happened already. So if you don't clear the past, you cannot make room for the present and the future. So be mindful of that as you are doing your sound check, as you are plugging into others, creating a team effort, as you are shining your beacon of light and magnetizing mentors and role models. Are you clearing past actions that have already occurred that are no longer relevant? Do you feel the need to revisit those actions that happened when you start to meet people who could potentially be mentors and role models. Because if you start to lead with your past, then you can't move forward in your present. So, step 4 in this week's insights and guidance: clear the past. So, let's wrap up. Step 1 in this week's insights and guidance: sound check. Be mindful of how you are speaking to yourself. Be mindful of what you are consuming, the type of music that you're listening to, that type of information that you are reading, the type of things that you are watching on TV, what you're looking at on social media, the type of conversations that you are having, because those that type of information consumption affects your mind and affects your spirit. It creates and magnetizes a vibration and a frequency, and if it is a low vibration, then that's going to affect you, and if it's a high vibration, all it's going to do is uplift you. Step 2 in this week's insights and guidance: it's a team effort. You may be the plug, but there are other people who are just as much as the plug as you, and you cannot be removed from allowing yourself to plug into others. This is a space of reciprocity, because that is how the natural order of things happen. So as you are allowing yourself to be utilized, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to open yourself up to help, and don't be afraid for people to come in and help you. Step 3 in this week's insights and guidance is mentors and role models. As you are plugging yourself into others and allowing people to plug in you, that is recharging your battery and is allowing you to be a beacon of light to attract the people that you need, who are going to help you on your ascension and your elevation. Mentors and role models are specifically people who are coming in to be a guide to help you along this path, because they've been through what you've already gone through. And because we don't know anything, we always need people to unlock those different aspects of who we are, so that we can then elevate and ascend into who we are designed to be. And fourth and final step for this week is to clear the past. And when you clear the past, you clear the path. When you detach yourself from shit that already occurred, that no longer affects you, you allow yourself to grow. When you continue to create binds and chains for past actions of others and yourself, you don't allow yourself to grow. You stagnate yourself. So clearing the past is so important, because it allows you to make peace with what has happened, so that you can move on. And these are our 4 actionable steps for the week. I hope something said here is impactful to you and for you. I'm going to pull an oracle card for focus. And the divine wants me to say boundaries, which is so funny because I have been pulling this boundaries card for myself for the last 3 weeks. So here we are. Boundaries are so important, and when you create boundaries, they are not for other people, they are for you. They let other people know where the line is, where they can step forward, and it lets you be able to determine what you want to tolerate and what you can tolerate. So be clear this week to enact your boundaries. And that is our message for the week. Again, I hope something said here is impactful to you and for you. Thank you as always for tapping in. If you would like to book a one-on-one session with me, because I actually do those, I will have the information in the description. And as always, love and light.